Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. A little bit hot today, hot summer. So I had an idea on today's video, and I mentioned it the other day, I think in the last video. What if you don't have rolling cultivators? As you can see, guys, these got a little rust on them. I took them off. We took the tractor to that event at the church, and I wanted to haul it on the trailer too, to be honest with you. One of my subscribers was there, and he kind of showed me how to chain things down a little better, because he actually drives a big rig for a living, a flatbed big rig, so he chains stuff down all the time. And so yeah, we got a pretty good system of chaining this thing down on there now, so I like it. I may add a couple more of these straps for the front wheels, but anyway, so what if you don't got it? So this is what I come up with, and Will, you may have to come over here. The least expensive thing that, it seems like everything for this tractor costs a lot, but one of the least expensive things is these shanks. You can at least, hopefully, maybe buy a couple of these shanks, whether it be from Brandon at Burch Store Tractor or Agri Supply. You can get some, in which Brandon has the same ones as Agri Supply too. And let me just mention about Brandon. And I know a lot of you guys have seen me say, well, go to Burch Store Tractor. Me and Brandon have no deal other than I just like the fella. He is a good fella, and he's worked hard. He's been doing this for, probably 10 years or more now. And he was about 16 or 17 when he first started. And I want to say his dad would go with him to sales, and he would buy these tractors and bring them back and put them on eBay. And so he's really, in my opinion, he's really kept these tractors going, because he's went out and sourced manufacturers to make these arms right here, to make collars and parts that just you couldn't make them, and he's went out and sourced all that. So that's why I mentioned him. Like I said, if I go over there and buy something, guys, it costs me the same as it costs you, in which I don't ask him for anything different. I mean, he's, like I said, he's a good fellow. But having said that, you can get these shanks. And so I was thinking the other day, and I said, well, let's see what we can do. So this is what I came up with, because I don't do this much either. So I thought, well, we did the king scratchers, and we know how that kind of worked out. But again, now you got to have a set of king scratchers. So let's say we have at least 4 shanks. So we'll work with 4 shanks and a set of discs. That's what we'll work with. All right. So the first 2 I put on extension arms, so we could get them a little closer. Now I'm gonna go and let you in on the secret, guys, and some of you eagle-eyed subscribers I got, because I will say I have some of the smartest subscribers on YouTube, will notice that these are not IH shanks. They are not. They're off of a 1010 John Deere. But seeing as how I'm using the extension arms, it wasn't that important that the round hole was the size to fit in the cuff, because I'm not using the cuff. So these are John Deere shanks right here. Matter of fact, this shank was not but this long, and I needed it to be. It's raised up all the way, but it's still pretty close to that oil pan. As a matter of fact, my oil pan has a slight dent in it. I didn't do it, but it does have one in there. So this is short on purpose to keep it away from that oil pan, but it's raised up all the way. These are a little closer. So I just come back, I don't know, 4, 5 inches away from the edge of this. I put the next one, and that one is cutting a couple of inches from the inside of this tire here, and then the sweeps on the back should catch this area right in here. So we got here, here, and we're going to cultivate the Stoles Evergreen. We're going to use this the whole time, from little to tall. So I figured we'd do this today, go through it today and put a little extra fertilizer on it with these. And then maybe next time we'll replace this one with this turning hose. When, you know, we'll keep the center spike and we'll do turning hose. And then maybe next pass we'll let this center spike, we'll either take these completely off or let them in, or we'll take them completely off, push this up the arm as far as it can go, and maybe put a disc right here. So we're gonna, you know, we're gonna figure out a way to keep the grass out, keep it cultivated, and try to build a little ridge too. I don't think it's gonna build much ridge today. I think today it's just gonna kind of break everything up. So it's not gonna build really any ridge today, but like I said, next pass, you know, maybe in a couple, 3 days, we'll come through and we'll replace them with that, and that'll build a little bit. And then if the corn, depending on how fast it's growing, whether we do that a couple times, we'll come back. I do have a small set of discs in here somewhere. Here we go. So maybe we'll keep the spike and put them on there. You know, keep that spike, put them on there, and build up a little bit there. So we'll figure it out. But first of all, we have got to put the fertilizer unit back on. I had to take it off so I could use my chains to chain it down. So we'll put it back on real quick. Hadn't really, ooh, nice. I hadn't really decided. I think I'm just gonna get me a piece of wire and maybe wire tie it right there. And I may just let it hang straight right here. Just let it hang straight down right there. And that's about where I want it. It's gonna shoot it off in that first hole here. I got something to wipe my hands with. So I tell you what, we're gonna get the hopper put together, get it on, get the fertilizer. You guys have seen that. We'll get us a ratchet wrench here. Desperately need to put a toolbox under the seat of my tractor. I know I do. So we'll get this tightened up, come back, and head to the field. All right, we got the hopper on. Fertilizer in the hopper. And like I said, I think we'll let that hose just hang where it's at. It looks pretty good. We'll get our wrenches back in here. I wind up just getting my whole set of ratchet wrenches and putting on here. I like a ratchet wrench, so we just put them all on here. Meet you out at the garden. right, guys. What you think? What you think? You know, it's kind of breaking my rule of making a bed, but I mean, it's cultivating it up. It's knocking any grass. I'd like to see. I wouldn't mind seeing this break up more, but I understand why it's not, because it's just going through and doing that. But probably if the corn's a little bigger, it would break up some more. And I think that's going to work out good when it gets a little taller. We'll put those half shovels, half sweeps, I forget what they call them. We used to call them turning hoes, but I think the correct name's half shovels, half sweeps, or something like that. We'll put them on there. And so this is, again, for a reminder, this is the Stoll's Evergreen. This is the heirloom sweet corn. And a couple of you guys in the comments have said you raised it, and you know, it's pretty sweet. It's not like the sweetest corn, but it's pretty sweet. So I just like it so I can save seed off of it. That's my main purpose for it. So hopefully it'll work out good there. But we got 4, 5, 6 more rows to cultivate, and we will call this a video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. We got some canning coming up. Won't be long. Those beans are really knocking it out, and I think Ellie is supposed to put some cages on the tomatoes, hopefully here pretty soon. I actually see some falling over, so hopefully he'll get that done. And I need to put some 7 dust on the potatoes. They're getting hit pretty hard. So, which the potatoes, we don't ever, I mean, we, honestly to goodness, 1 roll of potatoes, most time, this family, it lasts us a couple weeks. I just do it because I like raising potatoes. I used to can some, but probably need to get back into that too, but I hadn't canned none in a long time. Thank you for watching. God bless you. We'll see you.